Christopher Walken is being blasted for his questionable Irish accent in the new movie Wild Mountain Thyme. You be the judge.
It's not normal.
I don't care.
You take after John Kelly, and that man was mad as the full moon. Drowned himself.
He fell in.
He had a rock tied to his neck.
That's amazing. That's the first time I heard that. That's literally Christopher Walken.
You literally,
from,
your body shook when you saw that. Like, what were you feeling when you watched that?
I just heard Christopher Walken from SNL with the cowbell, but then with like a little twang, and that's about it. What do you think?
Listen, Christopher Walken's voice is so distinctive. To put an accent of any type on top of that, it's hard for your ears to distinguish, right?
It's a decision you need to make before casting. You know, you just can't let him go out there and wing it, and I think that's what happened, and that's the result. And again, we always talk about, is there not one person with enough say in the room to raise their hand and be like, I don't want to get fired, but this is ridiculous. Like, you need to have one person that's going to dissent. You
have a good walk-in. Can you give us a little walk-in?
My Christopher Walken is similar to my Danny Zuko.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, hey, I got this Irish accent, and it sounds ridiculous.
That's good. I don't care what you say. That's good, man.
You did better than a lot of actors. We talked about actors who have tried to nail the accent. What actor stands out to you that failed when trying to nail an accent?
Okay, this one popped. When we said this right away, I thought of Charlie Hunnam.
Oh,
you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Such a babe, yeah.
Listen, great show. Didn't take away from the show at all. But in the later years, the director must have been like, you sounded a little British on that take, but I think we got it. And they just moved on because there were certain words that he just said. And
I remember.
How could you just leave that in there? And they're like, we got it. Move on.
Tori, what about you? Any actors stand out to you?
I always thought it was hilarious that when Kevin Costner played Robin Hood, he didn't even give it a shot with the British accent. Everyone's like, dear Robin Hood, dear Robin. He's like, I gotta go to the forest.
That's hilarious. What about you, Al?
You know, for me, I misunderstood this segment, full disclosure. So I thought it was the people who did really well with accents. And I always admired Dominic West and Idris Elba from The Wire. They're both obviously English accents, but they did a Baltimore accent. And I don't know, when you live in different regions, you understand that the Baltimore accent is different than the D.C. accent, just like the Providence accent is different than the Boston accent. So it's really hard to get that, it's not Baltimore, it's Baltimore. Like little things like that. Like, so you have to really know how people from Baltimore speak, and they nailed it.
That's art.
Can I get to the phone? Can I get to the phone?
My favorite is Moira from Schitt's Creek, because she invented her own accent. It is so, if anybody's watched Schitt's Creek, you know what I'm talking about. It is the weirdest accent you'll ever hear, but it's fantastic because she created it. We all know she's a fantastic actress.
Did you, it took me a couple episodes to get
into it. Yeah.
When she first did it, I'm like, I don't like this at all. What is she doing? And then after like 4 episodes, you're like, that's hilarious.
Alexa.
It really works if you give it a chance. Yeah.